let's get to this. So this looks pretty dope. This is from Wargob or WarGOB. I won't be on stream though. Here's a craftsman bench vice, the Redux. So material wise, let's see here. This looks pretty good. Neil, I would just focus on being an environment artist, because you can choose level art or environment art afterwards when you're applying, you know. Your portfolio should just show that you're a good artist, a good 3D artist. So this asset looks pretty cool. I don't have too much to say on it. I think maybe if there was some stickers on it, and maybe not so many of the dark, like patchiness stuff going on around the text. That would probably help a bit. Let's see what else we got here. I mean, overall, I think some directional streaks. I mean, what I'd like to see actually is some differences in materials. So like, I know that this is a grip, like a vice grip thing. I think if there was a rubber element and then these screws were screwed through the rubber to keep the rubber pads on there, then you could have the roughness of the rust, the roughness of the paint, the roughness of the metal, and then the roughness difference of some like rubber material. Maybe some stuff down here to help bridge the gap between this here and its side. This area is really nice. I like this area. I mean, overall, it looks pretty solid. I think I think this normal might be just a little bit too strong. Yeah, if there was a cloth hanging on this, that would be sick. Just getting that breakup of roughness differences is it's a big thing. Everything's red as well. I mean, maybe this piece here wouldn't be red because it's always sliding in and out. So then you, like you guys were saying, having like directional streaks here and maybe just some grease on it so that you can tell that piece moves around and stuff. Oh, right. So this is the one I looked at a little bit earlier. This is from Tom. So I hope to get some general feedback and maybe some tips on lighting if you could be so kind. So what I had done this morning, we can just elaborate on it a little bit. Go in here. It's this one. So this is the same problem that we had with the other scene where it's like, yeah, just practicing your art's gold, Sparrow. Kyle wishes he could do textures. Get out of here. Fam squad. Getting some separation through lighting is a big key element into selling this scene. So what I had done is actually separated out the side pillars and then soften the edge just so you get a little bit of rim lighting. So you can see that. So that has brought the elements that are really close to you back. So that now you know you're looking between pillars, right? I can't believe you laugh at my dreams. My dreams. Right now, also, there does not feel like there's any lighting other than the direct light that was coming down on the centerpiece here, which is obviously that's the focus, right? That's the focus point. And the light is coming through this opening. So you're missing shadows was what it feels like, or it's like a bounce light. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it. You're missing an ambient occlusion pass. And what looks like your shadows are being flooded with bounce light. So what I did is I darkened these elements. I mean, maybe we could even darken it more. Let's see here. So if you did that, And then let's lower the opacity some more. Just so you're getting the gradient of it, but it's pretty dark on the side elements, right? And then I separated out the background from your props, and then also opened up the top from that. So one thing to note is let's see here. These guys are actually missing out from being having a little bit of bounce light coming off of them. So like if I just do that, that way you can understand that those elements are coming forward, you know? So erase that a little bit. So that helps a little. Man, that's a little soft too. I don't know about that. Let's turn that back up. Oh, okay, we can't play in that area. And then these guys could be darker to help sell that the light is coming through from behind them. But this is just me telling you what should be light and dark, right? I think it's on you to figure out how you do this. I mean, I'm showing you, I think, how to separate the elements. T-John, what's up, man? Yeah, I'll give you some tips here in a second. Action Hero Din. Like this. Serious face. It's just a matter of separating out the elements. I think you're probably going to need to look into, what do you call it? Lowering your bounce light from illuminating so much of the shadows on your bounce coming in from the top. Lorg is totally right on, like, you can give your shadows a color. And then you can give your directional light a color. And Lorg's idea was to make the white light more of a yellow golden, and then the shadows more of a purple or blue. It's a classic warm and cold colors. As far as what Jet is saying about you can add a LUT by manipulating a standard LUT in Photoshop and then bringing that into the engine. So I would leave the LUT file for as late as possible. You don't want to do it when you can just change the colors, you know. I would look at the post process for your ambient occlusion, and I would look at your bounce lighting, and then the colors of your lights and the colors of your shadows. And then once you've got those in tune, if you feel like you need to use the LUT, then use the LUT. But yeah. Whoops. Let's see if I can. Colorize, saturation. This is super hacky. Oops. Oops. Shit. I mean, that alone is kind of helping, even though it's kind of sepia tone. Let me read chat here for a second. So what I was going to say about portfolio reviews, or not portfolio reviews, about, let me do this real quick. I linked it on the Discord, and I will pull it back up. Empire chat, where are you at here? Here you go. That is a video, T-John, on interviewing for the video games industry. Just to kind of give you a rundown of like my experiences. Okay, so let's keep on keeping on. We spent a little bit of time on that one, so we might have to move on pretty quickly here. We got 30 minutes, so. Okay, so let's check out this video. Oh, that's a nice effect with the... So that like train thing going by, that sky rail thing. I feel like that should go by way faster. Is there a way to speed this up? Even faster than that. Like have it blur by, because then it's like even more futuristic, right? And then really get the fog going as far as like the atmosphere, the air is just really thick and kind of, as things go back. I mean, this is a Blade Runner fan art, right? Get your DiNusty bars while they're good. They never go bad. They're all made out of preservatives. You need stuff on the ground. Like there's a lot of puddles and stuff, right? Which is actually the puddles are really big. I'd probably like tone down on those, especially since you have this cover here. I think the puddles would be more on the left side. And then I would add like trash cans, add cups and trash all over the ground and on the tables and stuff like that. One of these vending machines, I would have it look like it got beat up, and then there's like just all the wrappers and stuff all over the ground. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, and then I think the resolution of your textures on this telephone booth thing. Man, it's so weird that it's got a telephone booth, even though it's like futuristic. Like the resolution of that's pretty low, and it really is lacking the kind of roughness variation. Police. And then this right now, this is very blocked out, right? This actually feels like, I don't think you need to show this angle. I think this shot is the strongest. And it's just a matter of adding the details where they should be. Let's see here. So getting stuff in the back pushed back through fog and stuff is going to be really important. And then I was saying that adding stuff on the tables is going to be really important. Maybe another table next to the phone booth with like a really soaked telephone book with a chain like connected to the thing still. I need security cameras. I feel like there's not enough security. And then this underside is really bright. Kind of getting rid of that and then just allowing the lights to shoot down and illuminate this side. Well, this side is not really as illuminated. Is going to be kind of key. What's up, Soren? How you doing? These look much better. I remember when we were talking about those. The heat lamps. Okay, Chinny, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I feel you just need stuff down here. And with the lights being up here, there should totally be a shadow being casted by these tables. You know? Cold Corpse, how you doing? I'm good, man. I'm good. Just, you know, tomorrow's Friday. It's a good day. It's a good day to be. Yeah. So you don't think you baked the emissives, and in UE4, in the new UE4 update, that makes it very, very awesome, huh? All the lights seem like the same color. Yeah. Yeah, like if these lights up here could be warmer, or like these lights that were shining, like I don't know if these should be lights, right? But then these lights should be warmer than these lights, and then these lights should be pretty warm. And making all of this pretty warm, and then over here should be kind of cold, minus these lights. I don't think the color from these lights would actually reach the ground, so there's that. Dude, a lot of people are talking about making a Blade Runner scene right now, so that and the new Assassin's Creed has kind of made everyone really down and dirty for some Egyptian art. I'm gonna throw this in here. Like a so. Actually, I'm gonna do this too. And do that. There you go. There's a link. You can go back and look at this if you want. Yeah, let's keep going. Taylor. So, let me see where this is at. The burger, right? I like your little picture here. So, Mr. Burger, I'm going to have to ask you to fill out the forum. Is it in here? I don't know. Nope, this is my portfolio. That is not the command I was looking for. 2 seconds here. Oh, shit. That's bad. Oh man, if there's a mod here, I'm gonna need you to link me the form for filling out a portfolio review, so that I can keep moving. So I am terrible at critiquing something like this. I don't even know how motorcycles are put together. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Let's get some loading going on there. All right, cool. Loading it up. So this mud is looking pretty nasty thick. It's really interesting you have the drip direction going on here. This is Dustin's. Let's see here. Wait, what? Hang on. Why? How? There we go. So you have your normal map for your mud is flipped, I think. At least the ones on the handles are. Like the mud is actually cutting into the handle. Nathan, what's going on, man? Dude, what is up? So overall, I think the motorcycle is pretty good. I would definitely model this. You don't have to bake that down. Get all those details in there. And then like overall your the roughness is kind of the same throughout. I need to see like what is metal and what is leather. Like, and then what is this? Is this drops of water? If it's drops of water, make sure that you get the roughness separation right, because then you get leather, that roughness, and then the drops of water have their own roughness. Where metal, like, dude, this back here is like crazy clean by comparison. I wouldn't go so crazy with the mud just because it makes it hard to read the entire piece. And this mud actually looks like it's from mold. Yeah, see, and I think the reason it looks like that is because all the materials are kind of unified. Yeah, the mud's just really heavy, right? I think where the mud would kick up a lot is going to be over here. The mud on the tires will kind of go away pretty quick, other than maybe in this area. And then getting some better separation, as well as separation between the mud and the materials under it. So that way you can actually show the roughness differences between all of them. This shot, I thought this was really weird that the wheel is dipped into the ground. But I think, do you happen to recall the poly count of this? See, this one's actually more interesting to me because now I can see the materials. And this is cool that you're starting to do like a breakdown of the stuff. Yeah, dude, I would model like all this detail. Like where the springs at. Are the springs in the... Yeah, there's no springs in the shocks, I mean. All the little extra pieces. And thinking about the definition, 9,000. You could probably, I mean, if you were making this and you wanted it to be a really, really good portfolio piece, and you're just not caring about the whole idea of, I mean, even real time, you could probably make this 25,000, 20,000. Like that's what I would spend on it, because you want all the details there. Like you're starting to get all the details here, but like there's like no texture here. The resolution of the lights is very low res. The mud is like even blocking the pattern of the texture on the tread of the tire or the wheel. Like I would love to see that even with mud like crushed through there and kind of filling up all the cracks. But yeah, like even zooming in right here, this angle could be so interesting. Like this area here feels really rounded, and basically the mud is like wiping out any chance of you having fidelity on your materials and parts. I think the mud here is pretty cool, and if it wasn't so like soft, like if it was sharper, that'd be super helpful. Anyways, I don't want to lay into you because I think this is really cool, and I hope I'm not laying into you. I'm just letting you know how I feel about the Honda Shadow RS. Okay, roughness table, dude. This looks pretty solid. This is from the the challenges that we do, the Empire challenges. So it's for this table. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? That's insane. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know if that's like that thing in the middle. Is that just a mat? What is that? It looks like a little mat. I mean, overall, this looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. There's some, maybe the wood could use some more of these like little bit of longer scratches. But yeah, and maybe this color here could be represented a little closer. But dude, nice table. It's pretty cool. I really like seeing people working on like working on the challenges. It's pretty cool to see. You can see too up on the top here, there's like a little lip here, and then it drops down and there's another groove. And your lip is there, but it feels like maybe this, the color here and the color here, they have a very distinct roughness difference. And I think right now they're blending together roughness wise on that harsh angle. I think if the, man, I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell. Maybe some more age breakup in the roughness of the wood is probably where you want to be putting your time. Oh, nice, Ricky. Yeah, this looks better from the last time I saw it. And it was already looking pretty good. Anyways, well done so far. I think it's right now it's just a roughness pass. And then maybe like if you need, I think an AO and like Hungry Like a Wolf. Awesome. How you doing, man? I think you need an ambient occlusion bake or like something in the albedo of like more like saturated wood where ambient occlusion would be. It's kind of like that artificial aging process that people will do on furniture. It's like dry brush painting. But you can see there's some little darker areas. And then in there it gets pretty dark. And then inside of these it's also really dark. Right now yours aren't very dark in the little crevices. And they're also, instead of being more kind of pillowy like these ones are, it's very like cut. Like it's either there or it's not. Like softening up that transition is going to be key, I think. And see how dark it gets under here? You're gonna need that in here. At least in the higher points. But yeah, cool. Hopewood Creek. Dude, this is pretty responsible for all aspects. Little environment made after seeing her broken windmill image. And ended up being inspired by the upcoming Far Cry 5. Dude, sick. Yeah, this looks inspired by the upcoming Far Cry game. Nice prop breakdown. Let's see here. I think... I think where it's breaking down right now is this tree up front. Being very, like... modeled looking. Like I would go and look at that tree in reality and see like the curve of these branches and then where the leaves actually rest. And then the next thing I would look at is how even the branches are on the trees in the back over here, these evergreens. I think those are evergreens. But the air is palpable in this. It's pretty freaking cool, man. Nice addition with the flag, and there's just kind of how broken up this is. I think a few hanging bits that are a little bit longer to let you know which way is down, like gravity is affecting this. But yeah, getting some extra branches and break up the repetitive pattern of this here. And then the last thing I would say is the mountains in the back look ultra melted right now. It's just like your the erosion map is like crazy strong. I would try and approach that from a less, I wouldn't go as extreme with it, and I would almost push it further back. Because you could get away with doing that pretty easily, I think. I'm just going to leave that in there. Whoops. You could probably do that, and then you could probably push it back quite a bit. Let me see what this looks like. you go. Yeah, because if this is that far back, like it should actually be lighter than these trees on the right. But this is pretty cool. That cone feels really strange to me. I'm gonna be honest. This cone right here, I don't know why that's there. It's like we're just gonna throw New York. Just gonna throw a New York cone in there. It's just random. But the scene in general, dude, like it's damn solid, man. Damn solid. The only other thing I guess that bugs me is these rocks are very evenly like scattered throughout, like in a straight line. Get some like on the sides, some more like here, and a few throughout, and you'd be good. Let me do this so you can see it. There you go. But yeah, it's cool. Has a nice feel to it. I like this prop breakdown too. Oh, fuck, that's cool. No problem, Res. All right, so we were looking at this moss blend earlier. I was looking at it during my lunch break. I feel like right now that the moss is too saturated. It's almost like neon, right? If I had to, I would probably make your moss more along that range, and then saturation probably needs to be, man, I don't, I just know that, oops, it looks too saturated. I like the look you have going on it though. The other thing too is getting some breakup of the value, right? And you have a little bit of that going on with all the little stuff that's happening inside of it. I'm gonna try this brush again. This thing was cool. I'm like, what is it doing? Oh shit, that's cool. Yeah, warmer would be good. Let me see here. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening in it though. I mean, overall, I think it's pretty successful. It's just the colors are kind of it's not very PBR. The other thing too is if you really want to push the shader, you should tessellate it so it can just like where are we at here? So you can get some shape up top that just breaks up the rock shape wherever it comes up, because that's how moss really stands out, right? Is it actually breaks up the shape of the rock, and it kind of has that fuzzy look to it. It's like nice and soft and fuzzy. It's funny, it's like photoshopping is so much easier than just trying to do it in the shader. But yeah, like getting that softness is going to be important. Make sure there's a Fresnel in the moss as well. And also, Tobias just announcing ArtStation new challenge coming next Monday. It's coming, man. It's coming. All right. Onward. Yeah, see, this looks pretty good. I think in here it's, for some reason, it's ultra saturated. Get some AO in there as well, and then Fresnel mask out the AO. It really helps a lot. Look at the paper that Naughty Dog did on the technical PDF that they released. Oh, right. So this scene, this is the last one for the stream. Scale-wise, this is pretty solid. I love the size of the character versus the environment. I think in this view, it's really starting to come together. I would suggest while you're working to just make it easier on your eyes is to go with a lighter gray. Maybe something more along the lines of this value here. Because it'll allow you to see shapes easier and understand the space a bit more as you're building to it. I really like this red pipe here. It's very repetitive up here, and I think it's because of the roughness pattern that's on there. It's just you're seeing it like doosh, 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 doosh. What's up, Gates? You did miss your Vice, dude. It was the first thing. It's okay. It'll be up soon. It'll be up on the YouTubes, and you can watch it in the VOD as well. I don't have too much to say on this right now. I mean, I think depending on where the angle of the shot is going to be, it's going to be really important that you close off and like sell that one angle, right? So like make sure that you have stuff here. Make sure that the ceiling is interesting but not too busy. The floor is pretty detailed, but at the same time it's not distracting. I think in this one where it's textured, these white panels might be a little distracting, but we'll have to see what you do with the stuff here. Because you have to make sure that not everything is very detailed. Melon, is it in the resource channel? Just for anyone who's like, what's the resource channel? Let me get that real quick. I'll show you. So this thing called the community resource, which is the link here. I add stuff in here that you guys link out as tutorials or walkthroughs that I think are really good, and really sell what it's trying to be, what the tutorial is trying to do. So tutorials and resources, huh? So if you are looking for it, you could probably look up direct link. Oh, snap. All right, well, here you go. Thanks, man. But yeah, this community hub is really useful. Like if you're learning Moto, for example, there's all these, and then the really important plugins, some breakdowns on like how stuff works, some tutorials and scripts free and for a charge. Houdini's in here, 3D Coat, all the jazz. And this is slowly growing. I think I add maybe like 20 a week from you guys. And then all the important Empire links are up here, like supporting me, the Twitch channel, Twitter, YouTube, ArtStation, Discord. If you want to do your portfolio, you want to get your portfolio reviewed, it's right here. Click this, and it'll bring you to this. Fill that out, and then you're in the queue. All right, guys, I've got to get out of here. You guys have a good rest of your week, and enjoy your Friday tomorrow. It's always awesome talking with you guys. And again, thank you for all the supporters. And yeah, you guys are helping me work my way to a Cintiq-like surface to be able to critique your guys' stuff as well as sculpt. All right, cool. I will check you guys later. Thanks again for hanging out. Later, guys. Yes, Bumby. Hey-do. Hey-do. Tac-tac, hey.